Good morning, students. Welcome to the next video of Saving the Gharial chapter. So earlier I did all the four paragraphs. Now let's move to the fifth one. So what sets the gharial apart from all other crocodilians is its unusually long snout. The slim jaws lined with sharp teeth are ideal for catching fish. So now what is the difference between normal crocodile and gharial? That is the length of the snout. The length of the snout of gharial is longer and it is considered as unusual as compared to the snout of crocodile. They are having slim jaw lined with sharp teeth and ideal for catching fish. As it is long, so it is sharp, it will be sharp also. That's why it is ideal for catching fish. But they have another function. When a male reaches adolescence at around age 12, a strange appendage begins growing on the tip of his snout. Now what happens? So they have one function, they use their snout, that is for catching fish, that was written there, but another is that when a male reaches adolescence means when a male gharial is of around 12 years old, then their one strange appendage begins to grow at on the tip of his snout. And now what is the second function of the snout? That is, this is the ghara, the Hindi word for pot, which it resembles, and it completely covers and presses down on the nostrils. Now that appendage that is of the shape of pot, in Hindi it is called ghara. So the shape of the appendage is like of ghara and it covers the nostrils completely. When the male breathes out forcefully, it produces a noise that carries across the water. The politest term it I can come up with for this noise is buzz snort. It serves two purposes: to attract females and warn off rivals. Now, first use of snout was that they use it for catching fish. Second is that when when the male gharial breathes forcefully, then that snout produces very loud noise, and that noise is used for two purposes. One is to attract female gharials and second is to warn off rivals. So first use of of long snout is catching fish, and second use is either to attract females and either to attract females or to warn off rivals, means for both the purposes that is used. So one for catching fish, and if loud noise is produced by that, then it can serve two purposes. We once heard the buzz snort in action near Rajghat on the Chambal River in northern India. We saw a big male gharial and heard its underwater territorial jaw clap. The gharial is the only crocodile to advertise its presence in this way underwater. Some biologists think this could be a method of stunning prey as well as marking territory, though it was a winter, a time when crocodiles bask on the sandbanks. To warm up, this male spent most of his time in the water, alert to any male who might try to take his position. So now, Mr. Whittaker, when he was once in Rajghat near on the Chambal River, they heard that buzz snort, that sound that is produced by the male gharial that they heard, and they saw that there was a big male gharial. He was underwater, and he was that jaw clap means that his jaw was clapping, means he was producing sound. He saw him. He saw that gharial producing that sound, and again it is like that sound is produced to show its presence that I am here, and second thing is that it is used to mark its territory, means to denote that to this particular place I am having authority. So for that also male gharial produces sound. Fights between male gharials involve terrific displays of prowess. The territory holder surges forward, churning the water into froth with, with his tail. If the other gharial is not frightened away, the two males then fight. This renders Their slender snouts clashed like swords in the air, though they seemed too fragile for such violent action. Indeed, you can often hear the crack of a tooth or bone eating bone. Eventually, one Gharial will prevail and the other will retreat. Now, just for the authority of the territory, their fights also happen between the Gharials. Now, how that fight happens, like if someone is there having the authority of the territory of that particular area, then and someone else wants to capture them, so one will produce sound, and after producing sound, if the other one gets frightened, then okay, the one who produced the sound, that will be the owner, that person will get the authority. But if the other one doesn't get frightened, then they fight. And if you will see the snout of the crocodile or gharial, you will think that it is very fragile, but it is not fragile, it just looks fragile. When they fight, when the Gharials fight for the authority of the territory, you can hear that bone or bone hitting bone, means you can uh, hear the sound of the bones hitting at each other, or sometimes tooth also they crack. So this happens just to show the authority on that particular land. After the males complete this stage, it is the females who go to war, battling over the best nest sites. Once the fight are over, a mother gharial makes a nest hole 40 or 50 centimeter deep with her hind feet, into which she lays about 50 large eggs. She then covers the nest, tossing sand over the area to hide her tracks from predators such as hyena, jackals, and mongoose, before returning to the river to keep watch from a distance. Now, what happens? So, when two gharials fight, the one who wins. Then the female gharial, obviously, the female gharial gets attracted with that bravery of the male gharial who wins. Then female gharial, that she goes to the war place where war occurred, and there she finds the best place to make the nest. There she finds the best place to make the nest. And when she gets the place, she makes a hole which is 40 to 50 centimeter deep, and there she lay her eggs, which is almost in 50 which is almost 50 in number, the large eggs, and then she covers her nest. After that, she hides all her tracks, means her footprints, she hides so that her predators, like the who thinks that the eggs of Gharial is their prey, so she hid her all tracks so that she can save her young ones from those attackers. And after that, she returns to a safe distance, to a safe place, and from distance just she keeps eye on her eggs, on her young ones, so that no one harm it. So that's all for today, students. In the next video, I'll tell you about the other part of the story. That's all for today. Thank you.